channel Beat, and I'm so happy to have you here. It is Saturday afternoon. I was working all morning in office and I just got home and I'm ready for a relaxing weekend. Luckily, tomorrow's Sunday and I have off. It's like the one day I haven't been going into the office. I am a tax accountant, so it's just a really crazy time of year. And yeah, hitting me pretty hard. So I'm excited to just have some time to relax and read and do some crafts. But I really wanted some good popcorn thrillers for today and tomorrow, and I was looking at my shelves and I was like, oh wait, actually I really want to read When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. And then I was like, oh wait, I actually have another Alyssa Cole that I thrifted. So this is One of Us Knows by Alyssa Cole. So these are her thrillers. I think she has one more thriller, and then she does have a romance series that she wrote. I've never tried her writing. I'm excited to see how these thrillers are. I actually don't know anything about either of them, so it should be pretty fun. I was able to get the audiobook for both of them, so I can do some crafting and some cleaning. Crafts for the next couple days. I would love to finish my last doggy coaster. My husband had gotten me this set for my birthday, so I just have this little one left. I have to start this. I keep saying, oh, I'm gonna start Sunshine Town. Like, no, I have to start it. This is the book nook for Roll Life, so I'm hoping to get started on that. And we are also in the middle of doing a puzzle, so I would love to puzzle and listen to some of my audiobook tonight as well. I think I want to read One of Us Knows first. I don't know, it's just calling me right now. So let's hop into the vlog and see how I feel about Alyssa Cole. On One of Us Knows. I read this tangibly for a little bit, and truthfully I was so relaxed drinking my coffee with my heated blanket reading this that I knocked out for like an hour, and it was lovely. But then I got up and I read more, and then I went and cleaned, as you saw, and I was listening to the audiobook. The audiobook's good too. I have no complaints about the audiobook. I don't think it's anything like extraordinary, but it's a good audiobook. Now I am alone for the night because I was supposed to go bowling, but I just really didn't want to because I'm just so tired. And also being in the office for 6 days, you're like talking to people for 6 days, and I just couldn't get in the headspace to be able to like go out and socialize. An update on One of Us Knows. Halfway, I'm on page 140. This book is multifaceted, literally and figuratively. This book is about Ken, and she has dissociative identity disorder. So she has different personalities within her, and there's some personalities that'll lie dormant, and there's some that'll be fronters, which are people who will face the world and they'll do their actions and they'll be the ones speaking, but there might be like a bunch of other dormant personalities in the background of her mind. Different personalities will come to the front as different like experiences happen. For example, like she's trying to get cleaned up because she's a mess and she needs to take a shower, and like a different personality overtakes her to like get her ready, and that's the one that is very clean and orderly and can do that for her. But she gets offered this job, which she doesn't really understand where this job comes from. We have one personality that kind of just went missing in the beginning of the book. Her name is Della. She's also organized and got this job for them. And this job is to go to this island and go into like this estate and like be a caretaker. But the rules are if you last through the first night, then you can get the job, but you at least have to last through one night. So obviously this place is very creepy, but also when Ken gets there, she's like, why do I feel like this is the place that I've been in my head and like what I imagine all of my personalities to be in? So we don't know how it's linked to her. It's not as complicated as it sounds. I think in the beginning, because I went into it without reading the synopsis, I had to actually stop and read the synopsis because I was so confused. I was like, who are all these characters? Like I didn't understand that they were all in her head and not actual like physical different character. We're trying to understand what happened, because when they take over for each other, they don't always have the memories from each other, so they have to like literally have an app in the phone where they like write down what happens and stuff. I'm enjoying Alyssa Cole's writing. She's very I wouldn't say unfiltered, but this book has a lot going on in it. There's racism, there's political things, a lot of talk about the pandemic. The thing that's irking me is I'm almost halfway through and something on the blurb on the back has not even happened yet. And I just like hate when blurbs give away things that'll happen. Like, that irks me, but I get for marketing reasons why you need to grip people and get them excited for it, but it irks me when I'm reading it and I'm like, but this didn't even happen yet, and I'm already halfway through, so if this is going to be the contention of the book, I feel like I wish it happened earlier. But I do think there had to be a chunk to make you understand all of the personalities and where her head is at, literally. It'll be interesting, though, to read when no one is watching, because this is like completely like split personalities. Like, I mean, I'm going to assume this one isn't the same thing, so it'll be interesting to read one where it's like, you know, just the character and their thoughts and not like 10 different character thoughts. I think I'm lost, and I just fear that I'm going to be spending some time on Reddit once I finish this, because I think a lot of things mean other things, but it's not connecting in my brain. Last night I had a wonderful little crafting night. It doesn't look like I did a lot, but like I did some things for my book nook. I got this tree, took me a while to put together. The door, it's so cute, it says open, and just trying to do some little plants and such. And then I kind of felt like doing something mindless while I was listening at one point, so I was filling in some more of this little dog coaster, so I'll probably finish that today. But One of Us Knows by Alyssa Cole, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. Trigger warnings are in the beginning. This book gets very dark very quickly. I can't really give it a 5 out of 5 because it is pretty confusing, and you do have to listen or read pretty closely to follow which personality is talking and what are we learning about each personality and what memories maybe someone holding on to for the rest of the personalities or headmates. It was mentioned at the end that someone did help her with the dissociative identity disorder information, so knowing at the end that they tried to make it as accurate as possible, I feel like I learned a lot. I think I liked this book because reading it, I knew there's no way you could turn this into a movie or a show. Like, this is just such a pure reading experience because there's just no way that this would translate. I was a bit confused at the end just because you're popping around so much. So I'm really glad I physically read the ending, because I would say the middle was a little bit easier to understand, but the beginning and the end were very complicated and very layered with a lot of characters. I think the ways that Alyssa Cole weaves in the themes and messaging about racism, about white privilege was very interesting. This book clearly took a very long time. I don't know if I explained it well, but we're following Ken. She gets this job at this estate. This estate is owned by some type of trust, and they need a caretaker to take care of the estate. So she's like, this is going to be such easy money. But very quickly, very early on in the book, you realize that Ken is there for a reason, and you're trying to figure out what that reason is. I'm going to think about this book for a long time. I would love to know if anybody else read this, because I went on Reddit to try to understand the ending because I didn't 100% understand the ending, and there's like not a lot of spoilers about this book online. I just couldn't find anything really about someone trying to explain it. I'm interested if any of you have read it, what you thought about it. Did you make it through? Because personally, there were parts where I was like, I'm so confused right now. I don't know if I should stop reading this. It start when no one is watching. This one, she takes on themes of gentrification. This is about our main character, Sydney, who lives in Brooklyn, and she's noticing that a lot of white families are moving in and kind of changing the whole neighborhood and taking out a lot of its history and culture, and it's making her upset. So that's all I got in like the first 10 to 15 pages, so that's already a lot to tee it up. First warm day, and it feels like spring might be coming. I'm like airing out the house. It's sunny. It's not sunny, but it's like brighter out and the snow is melting, and I just feel like the feeling that winter might have broken in New England, because we just had a crazy winter. So we were gonna go on a hike, but the problem is that there's so much snow and it's melting that everything is either gonna be still snowy or just complete mud. So I think we are going to go to a museum that is also a coffee shop in one of the towns near us, and then we might like walk around that town a little bit, just because I feel like pavement walking might be a better choice. Excited for a nice relaxing Sunday. I actually just got home from work a lot earlier than I thought I was going to, because it's so nice out that I think everybody just wanted to leave. I am almost done with When No One Is Watching. I'm on chapter 19. I think I have about 70 pages left. So I think when I explained this book yesterday, this book's theme is around gentrification. So there's this area of Brooklyn. Our main character, Sydney, notices that there's so many more and more white families moving in and so many more black families getting pushed out of their homes, it feels like. Were originally in the town are just being treated so terribly by all of the white people coming into the town. It's forcing them to pretty much leave. And these real estate agents are like circling them like vultures, because they're like, this is Brooklyn, it's hip, it's up and coming, like we can resell your home for so much more than what you bought it for. I'm not enjoying this one as much as One of Us Knows. I feel like it's a thriller, but I think the thrilling aspect is a lot more abstract. I think the horror and thriller is like how terribly the people in the town could be treated by all of these snotty rich white people, and how they're like kind of defenseless to the amount of money that's just overrunning their community and making it lose a lot of its culture. And Sydney really wants to keep like the culture alive. This book is just a little strange in the fact of the way that Sydney tells the story. Sydney has like these moments where she just like freaks out, like she's in an Uber and she thinks the Uber driver has it out for her. She has neighbors that she thinks are going missing. Our main character Sydney, but we're also following another character named Theo, and he is dating this like really rich stuck-up girl, but he takes an interest to Sydney. So when they break up, he's very interested in Sydney and tries to like help her research what's going on and also try to preserve the heritage, because they're gonna have like this fair in the town and she wants to like do a presentation and a historical tour of the town to try to keep the heritage alive. So he asks her if he can help with that, and he feels like he's kind of fighting for the black families that are still in the area to not get pushed out. And like a lot of the families are getting tricked into giving their homes over. It's an interesting topic. It's a little funky the way it's told, and I think getting lost in Sydney's perspective sometimes isn't doing the story justice. To give a knee-jerk reaction, I think so far, I think it's gonna be like a 3 out of 5, because it's very grippy still. I don't know. It's just like missing something for me. Actually, the next night I just got home from work again, and I finished When No One Is Watching last night. I feel like I was saying like this book might be a 3. I'm not really sure, not a lot's happening. I feel like I learned Alyssa Cole shines in the 3rd act. The ending of this was wild. If you read this, let me know what you thought of the ending. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I feel like it really fit the story, or I think there was a lot of metaphors going on, and I think the ultimate theme and messaging in this book, how unfortunately marginalized groups are losing homes in areas, they're getting bought up, they're getting redeveloped, and people are losing parts of their culture and their heritage, and they're just being pushed out by money and these big corporations in the country. I think it's such an interesting topic. I'm gonna give this one like a 3.75. I do still like One of Us Knows a little bit better. I think this one was just more of a slowish burn and a lot of like weird things accumulating into an absolute mayhem crazy ending, which sold the book for me. I could definitely see how Alyssa Cole might not be people's cup of tea. I'm interested to see what else Alyssa Cole writes. I just think if you like thrillers that are pretty out there, kind of vague, lots of metaphors, very interesting and grippy. Yeah, I would say I had a success with 4-star and a 3.75-ish. Maybe a 4, I don't know. If I sit on it, I'd probably get a 2 or 4. I'd say Alyssa Cole's a success for me, and I'm so glad I gave these a shot and just pulled them off my TBR because they've been sitting there for a while. But if you read these or given these a try, please let me know. If you have read any of her romance books, let me know because I would like to check those out possibly. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye!